Okay, now that we have built the header, the next part would be to create the navigation bar. You can check this out here. My logo and search bar is ready. We have added a clear effects. The next one is need to work on the navigation bar. The first thing is I'll change the background color of that. So let me get back to the code, and inside this you can check it out that I have a nav. So what we'll do is we'll specify a class for this. I'll call this as main menu, and let me save this. I'm going to take this main menu class and go to my CSS and add it here called main menu. I'm going to set the background color to teal color. We save that. Now if I get back to my browser and if I hit on refresh, you can see my entire navigation bar which I'm supposed to build is in teal color now. But there's an issue. Why do we have so much space here? So what you can do is you can just open this up. You can see that we have a unordered list, that is UL over here. If I select this, we have some highlighting going on. You can see there's green, blue, and the orange. This is a box model. So if we can scroll down in the UL, you can see that we have a 40 pixel padding on the left, and then we have a top and bottom 16 pixels margin. So we need to get rid of that one. So what we'll do is we'll get back to our code and we'll select this main menu, and inside this we have UL, and I'm going to say that the margin has to be 0 pixels and the padding has to be 0 pixels. So if I do this, now if I get back to my browser and if I hit refresh, see that thing goes away. But we still have these bullets. We need to get rid of these bullets now. So what we'll do is we'll also say here that the list style type is going to be none. We don't want any kind of styling over there. So if I hit refresh, that's going to go away. Now the next one what I have is the li. So basically li is a list item. It acts like a block element. It's taking the entire size of my container. So the first thing I would have to do is I have to make it stop doing that. So let's get back to our code, and you can see this. Just copy this line. So basically we are saying that inside main menu we have UL, and inside that UL we have a li. Actually we have multiple li, and here we're going to say to display as inline block. Let me save this, and if I get back to my browser and if I refresh, okay, see now they are coming one beside the other, only the service is kind of hanging like this. Okay, I need to increase the spacing of this. I need to change the color, and I have to do a lot of things. Now it's in this color, that's because of the anchor tag which is wrapped around it. So we need to target the anchor tag now. So let's get back here, and I'm going to copy this entire thing and I'm going to paste it here, and inside this we have an anchor tag. I'm going to change the color to white. I'm going to say that the text decoration is going to be none. Save that. Let's see how that is coming out. If I refresh, yes, it's coming out really well. So let's get back to our code, and what we'll do here is I'm going to call this as display block, and I will say that the padding has to be around 15 pixels. I'll say that the background color, actually I don't need a background color over here right now, so let me save this. If I get back to my browser and hit refresh, okay, that looks good. We need to change the font though. So here we're going to say that the font family is going to be sans serif, and I want the font size to be smaller. Let me save this, and if I get back to my browser and refresh, okay, that looks good. Now what I want is when I take my cursor here, I want the background color of this each and every item to change. So this specific function is actually called a pseudo element. So I'm going to take this anchor tag here and I'm going to paste it here. So I'm going to add this hover with the column, and I'm going to say that when I hover this, I want the background color to be in orange. Let me save that in my browser. If I hit refresh and if I take my cursor, you can see that the background color changes.